Yeah. What it do? Yo. It's the afternoon boxing talks. Little hour before I run out, do some more errands and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a fully loaded weekend of boxing. It's a full weekend of boxing, bro. You got Wood versus Warrington in the afternoon. That should be a good card. That should be a good card, not for nothing. What it do, Philippe? We got Wood versus Warrington in the afternoon. We're gonna see Tia May 8 in there, the young prodigy, the young Mozart of boxing. Young girl is nice, man. She got 4 fights, but you could see that, like, yeah, you could see her amateur pedigree whenever she fight. You could see it. They're like, yeah, this girl nice, man. She's fighting a girl. For those who didn't catch my episode of the relay on it, she's fighting the girl that upset Shannon Courtenay and was supposed to be her comeback fight. She's fighting a Brazilian girl, and the Brazilian girl is actually good. So I wouldn't be surprised if Tia looks a little bit human this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised. This girl, she can fight. She's Brazilian. She ain't never been knocked out. We gonna see what it do. Michael, what it do? Don Juan, que lo que mi niño, Bobby Light, que lo que? Ronin, fuck yeah. We out here. And we got Sexy Sandy. I gotta say that, look, you know, I'm a fan of the ladies. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of their fighting and their ability, but it need to be said that Sandy Ryan is sexy as shit. It's something about that girl. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's just something about that girl. And it's almost like she just realized that she's a fine motherfucker. Cause now she, she be posting herself doing push-ups in a bikini, and she's a fine motherfucker, man. Like it need to be said that, like, yeah, she's a bad motherfucker now. Bad motherfucker. She's gonna be fighting for the WBC title against Mexican Carla Zamora. Carla Zamora is you could almost liken her to the Mexican Derek Chisora of the women. She's been around a long time, and while she is beatable, you have to compete at a certain level to beat her, because if you're not careful, she will beat you if you're not careful. So that should be a good fight. That should be a good fight. Then, that services as the lead-in to the big card at night. And I decided I have Oscar Duarte beating Richardson Hitchens. Um I just based on, his style, how he looked in previous fights, specifically the Gustavo Limos fight, that I thought that was a very difficult fight for him. I didn't think he should have got the decision in that fight. Um, I see Oscar doing the same or better as Gustavo Limos, except that he's bigger. He's a bigger guy. And when Richardson Hitchens had the Limos fight, that was a matchroom show. He's a matchroom fighter. So, you had that protection. You had that security blanket of being the house fighter, where you're not the house fighter now. If you have another performance like that when you're not the house fighter, you may not get the consideration. He kind of painted himself, not kind of, he did paint himself into that corner, because you could have re-signed the matchroom. Eddie would have picked you up. He would have picked you up. But you wanted to be free. So go be free, bro. Go be free. What it do, real talk? What it do, Killer B? We out here, Sorrow. You already know. Where's unbiased Brim? Where's Brim Job? Where is the Brim Job? Not sorry, will never be sorry. I've seen Lady Chan in Bruce Vane's comment section. She's all about, oh, well, look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I would never criticize someone for taking pride in their own people. Taking pride in your own people is your own business, and everybody does that. Mexicans is going to show other Mexicans love. Black folks is going to show other black folks love. There's nothing wrong with that. But pride in your own people should never become prejudice of other people. That's where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? You could have pride in being black. You could have pride in being Mexican, being Puerto Rican. You could have white pride, white power, What power? Right? You can have that pride if you want, but it should never become a prejudice against other people. So if I sit here and say, you know, us Dominicans, we cut the best hair, you know what I'm saying? That's not me hating on nobody. Long as I ain't hating on nobody, it's all good. But you know, I dig it, Trey, but I don't knock that, you know. I just don't knock. You can love your people. Why shouldn't you? You can love your people. Why shouldn't you? You know, and take pride in your people. But taking pride in your people, it doesn't necessarily have to be, oh, well, we better than this and we better than you. And we it don't gotta be like that for you to be proud of who you are and what you come from. What power? I used to have a job, right? Yo, I used to have a job late night. I was doing late night in a supermarket, and there was this Marine dude. We worked together. We used to work together, and he would randomly say that shit to make people uncomfortable. Like, I knew he was fucking around, but he would randomly say that shit throughout the night. I forgot that fucking dude's name, man, but he was funny as hell, man. He was funny as hell, man. Shout out to Drew. Oscar versus Virgil, and Peanut Ricky is getting spicy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Drew. Yes, it is. I gotta remember that fucking dude's name, man. But he used to kill me with that shit. It'll be we're working overnight, and it'll be 2, 3. What power? And he would say it with the accent. Yo, that shit used to take me out, dog. Shit, a lot of times laughing was what kept me awake. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. You can love your people. I don't not, you know, if she get you can love your people. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with that. But loving your people does not mean putting other people down. It doesn't equate to that, you know. You can love yourself, love your people. That don't need to involve putting anybody down. Shout out to Drew, shout out to Trey, shout out to Real Talk. So cause she got love for her folk, I don't see nothing wrong with that. It's you attacking other folk that I see something wrong with, you know? It's you attacking other folk that I do see something wrong with. You know, it don't gotta be that way. We don't have to be divided. We should all be having sex with each other. I want to have sex with all the chocolate joints. All right. And I'm a Spanish guy, but I want to have sex with all the chocolate joints and maybe some all of the Asian I'm just shout out to MW2. Yeah, man, yo lo vi. I seen it, MW2. I saw it. It looks like a fucking UFC belt, bro. It looks like a UFC belt. And I was hoping that they would come out with something original, something complimentary, something that fits, but it really just looks like a UFC belt. That's what it looks like, a UFC belt. Shout out to my man Don Juan. Oscar just released his ass clap. He did? This motherfucker's still making ass claps? Let me just check real quick. Let me just check. Oh my God. Yo, it really is what Undefeated said, bro. Undefeated said he was going to do it too. He said he was going to do it. Oh, wow. He lucked the fuck out. Damn, I just got some big news. I ain't even go front. Oh my God. I ain't even going front. I just got some big old news. Oh shit. Let me go check Oscar's ass clap Thursday. Oscar? There you go. Did he did he really? Did he really? Trying to see. Did he upload an ass? Oh, there it is. Is that it? Nah, that's not an ass clap. He didn't upload no ass clap Thursday, yo. I'm looking right now. There's no ass clap up there, bro. I don't see an ass clap up there, bro. So let me see. I don't know if I want to share this with y'all. Wow. Lucky him. Lucky him. Shit. Oh, it's on Instagram? Zuffa belt looked like a BMF belt, but like a Timu version. Yeah, I didn't like it. I saw that I saw that Turkey posted it this morning. It looked like a UFC interim belt. That's what it looked like, a UFC interim belt. Like, this is the interim BMF title. Like, you know, I don't really like the UFC belt in general. Its design, that is. I've never liked the way that it looks. It looked like a WrestleMania belt, some shit. Like, you just won the Royal Rumble. It don't look like a championship belt. It really looked like a Royal Rumble. Like, oh, I'm the Intercontinental Champion. Y'all remember Bret Hart? That motherfucker was the Intercontinental Champion for like 20 years, bro. Now I got some. All right, so yeah, because I just got some big news, and I don't know if I could share it. You know what I mean? I don't know if I could share it. It's yeah, it's kind of big, kind of a big deal. The old UFC belt reminds me of the WCW belt. Yo, that shit. I never liked the UFC belt's design. I never did. I always thought it was plain looking. It's kludgy. It looked like it's for. It looked like an Autobot belt. It looked like, yo, this is the belt for Transformers. It looked like mechanical to shit. It doesn't, because a belt is supposed to be a trophy. It is, in essence, it is a trophy. So it should look like a trophy. It should have tassels, decorations. I don't feel like a lot of thought went into the design of the UFC belt. And so if the Zuffa belt looked like a UFC belt, so y'all just phoning it in then. Yeah, this is basically the UFC boxing belt. You know what I mean? It's big news. It's big, but I don't know if y'all gonna be happy about it. It's big. It is big, but I don't know if y'all gonna be happy about it. Soro, what it do? You know what I mean? Look like the heavyweight championship belt that Batista wore. Yeah, yo. So I seen the shit. It's gonna be tough getting people to accept that belt. It's all about who holds that belt. See, the situation is kind of cool. At cruiser is kind of cool because you've signed the number one cruiserweight in the world. So if he's holding your belt, nobody is gonna look at him and say that he's not legit, that he's just some bum that Zuffa brought up, right? No, nobody could say that because he's already number one before you even signed him. But at welter, at middle, right, the other divisions where they're gonna have fighters, who's gonna be the Zuffa middleweight champion? Who's that gonna be? Because you got guys up there, they already got belts. Carlos, Lara. We don't really know what's going on with Yanni back. All these weeks later, we still don't know what's going on with that man. But he is regarded as the number one middleweight in the world. If what you do is you give Callum Walsh the Zuffa middleweight title, that's gonna delegitimize it. Nobody gonna look at Callum Walsh like he's the number one middleweight in the world. Nobody is gonna think that. You could give him that belt, but nobody's gonna think that. They're not gonna qualify that. Shout out to Edward Torres. I'm not buying Dana's BS. Sorry, he ain't it. They ran him out of. How you gonna say they ran him out of the UFC? He's still running that shit. How did they run him out of the UFC? He's still running that shit, Ed. Man should throw that BMF Zuffa belt in the trash. That shit look like ass for real. Claro que lo que niño. Man, you know what I'm saying? But Chad, the problem that they're gonna have crowning a Zuffa belt in the other weight classes, like heavyweight, Brody, unless you about to have Usyk out here with a Zuffa belt, if it's not Usyk, Yeah, it's not gonna work because ain't nobody gonna think, yeah, this guy is the #1 heavyweight in the world. He's better than Us. No, nobody gonna think that. They not gonna think he better than Flavio. They not gonna think that. It doesn't involve Golden Boy, bro. It involves a certain someone that owes a lot of people a lot of money, that had a lot of money stolen from him, landing a much needed opportunity to make some money. And that's all I'm going to say. In September, in September, what I mean, Jules, is he trashed what I mean, Jules, he trashed the UFC boat is for real, for real. Oh, I see what you mean. And he gonna fuck up box. Nah, I ain't gonna say that, Ed. I'm not gonna say that. See, look, we could the UFC's current situation is a little bit, it's hard to say that they fucked up or they fucking up when you see how quick Paramount picked them up. Do you see how quick it was that when they leave ESPN, they wasn't out there in the wilderness looking for somebody to help them. They was able to get a new broadcaster quick because people still see value in the UFC. Now, even though people still see value in the UFC, what we can agree on is UFC peaked in popularity. It's not getting bigger. Like, it's not. You don't have nobody to make it bigger. You don't. But I wouldn't say that that's Dana's fault. It's just that their structure, for better or worse, puts a cap on how far they go. It puts a cap on it. You know, the UFC only really ever produced 2 to 3 superstars: Chuck Liddell, Conor McGregor, obviously, Ronda Rousey, obviously, Chuck Liddell, and bruh, I don't even know what Anderson Silva. The UFC was never big on superstars. You know what I mean? They were never big on superstars. Shout out to Drew. Ed acts like Khan and Sella don't have a say so in Zuffa. I mean, you know, like listen, I don't want Zuffa to fail because I like the waves that it is creating. I do like that. I like that motherfuckers is nervous. I like that motherfuckers feel threatened and feel challenged. I like that because boxing needed a shakeup. It needed a shakeup. Entiende esto, manín. Entiende esto, Ed. If Zuffa wasn't here right now, the PBC would still be fucked. No verdad. They would still be fucked. Golden Boy, Mima Vaina, they would still have all their problems, that the state of boxing in the United States would still be in the gutter without Zuffa. Pero por lo menos con Zuffa, right, is creating a shakeup. It's creating ripples, you know? And at the same time, they're doing boxing matches. I can't complain. They did 3 cards. I liked those 3 cards. Was they the biggest and the best? No, but they don't have to be. For them to be good cards where, you know, people got fucked up, people had to go to the hospital. I don't really want Zuffa to fail. I really want them to shake things up to make boxing better. Because que cuando todo el mundo está relajado, because, oh, you know, you got your long-term, you have your long-term network deal, everybody gets laxed. They stop trying to do a good job when they all feel that they're on secure ground and have a secure future. But when things are not secure and things are not good, y gente están pasando hambre, all right, yeah, now it's about to get wild out here. Shout out to Don Juan. They should make Canelo versus Floyd 2 in September. Floyd is old and Canelo is coming off an L and surgery. That's the only fight. No, it's not the only one they'll back. That's all I say. That's all I'm going to say about that. That ain't the only fight they'll back. You know what I mean? Jules, did the zone pay Triple G 14 M's each? No, I think it was 14, bro. The thing is, it wasn't all cash. I remember for the Steve Rolls, they paid him $7 million. I remember reading, and we could fact check it later, but I remember reading they gave him 14 mil, 7 in liquid and 7 in equity is what I read. It wasn't just 14 14 mil. It was 7 liquid, 7 equity. That's what I remember reading. And I'll fact check it for you later, but that is what I remember reading. Lance, what it do? I ain't say it, motherfucker. You did. I ain't, yo, motherfucker. I ain't say that shit. You said that shit. You motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I like that. I like that people are nervous. I like that Mauricio, especially Mauricio. I like that Mauricio and Gilberto, que ellos tienen problemas ahora. You know that there's somebody here. They have a lot of money. They don't need you. You know they don't have to fuck with you. I like the shakeup that Dana is creating. If for no other reason than boxing needed something interesting to happen. And Zuffa is making things interesting because if they weren't here right now, Top Rank would still be fucked up. PBC would still be fucked up. Golden Boy would still be fucked up. You know,
what's up,
it would be
man?
the same shit. What? Ain't shit. Ain't shit. I just got some.
No,
big
you're right.
ass
You're right.
news.
You're right. Yeah, like all them problems would still be problems. You know what I'm saying? Like we would still. In fact, we probably wouldn't even get some of these fights that we're getting. You know what I'm saying? Though. So
Yeah,
I
and
don't
they're
mind Zuffa.
no. Also, the other thing is think about what Zuffa's doing for us. That it's not about liking Dana White, but for example, the reason that we're getting Tyson Fury versus Makhmudov on Netflix, right? Where we don't have to pay pay-per-view. We're gonna get to see that as a regular fight on a gigantic platform. That's because of Zuffa.
That's
They're the
$90
ones
saved in my pocket.
right? That's because of Zuffa. They're the ones promoting that fight. So you can't look at it as being all bad. And even if the UFC is not, which you know better than I do, that yes, UFC is not as big or it feels like it peaked.
I mean,
It
it's
does,
actually shrinking, way.
yeah. But you can't say what you can't say is that it's fucked up. And Drew knows this. As soon as they were in the market for a new broadcaster, they found one like that. It didn't take. They
No,
found one
yeah, I
like
wouldn't say
that.
they're fucked up because they're still profitable. All their shows
Yeah.
make money. You know,
Yeah,
it's that.
Paramount didn't do that for Top Rank. They didn't
Yeah.
do that for PBC. They wouldn't do that for Golden Boy. But as soon as UFC needs a broadcaster, we got you. And look, they invested a lot of money, which is the other thing. It's not even like they just picked them up like, we got you, little homie. They invested a lot of money.
Yeah.
So much. UFC is basically not really doing pay-per-views anymore. I remember them motherfuckers was doing pay-per-views up the wazoo.
They literally,
Now,
I think they did one
No,
like every month.
remember I sent you, Jules, like the first UFC event on Paramount, they added 2 million subscribers.
Damn.
exactly.
Damn.
So
Word.
yeah, I remember
I
that.
didn't know that one. That was crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That I don't think UFC is necessarily growing, but they're stable. They are like yeah, there's guys. They watch their UFC now. Like they're not getting bigger like exponentially, but they're stable. They're good. Like yeah, they got a whole core of people that still fuck with that gay shit. So shout out to them, bro, and shout out to Ray, Nigel. What it do, Nigel? Josh Warrington, Lee Wood. It doesn't really matter who wins. It doesn't matter. I have Lee Wood. It doesn't really matter who wins. But who's gonna shit, he fucking dropped. Oh no, there you go. Who's gonna win this weekend, Nigel? Shit, it fucking dropped off. As soon as Ray got here. Ray must have farted.
Nah, bro, I'm chilling, bro.
You farted, bro. Cleared out the room, bro. But I seen
So
the
that
bell.
news, is it involving a certain fighter from Asia too?
A certain fighter, Drew?
Yeah,
Whose
so
whose
you said
father ate his pet, a certain fighter.
and is it on Netflix?
I'm finding out, but I believe it is because what I was told a couple of weeks ago was they were interested in doing it. Here's the thing: Septiembre 19 is it? When is Mexican Independence Day? When is it?
September 16th.
Whoa! Well, what I
You didn't
was
know
just
that?
told. No, it's not that. It's that Floyd.
Spill the beans, pussy.
Maypac too, man.
Oh,
Maypac too.
Man, fuck.
Maypac too, bro.
That's worse.
I mean, I don't. I only look at it from a money perspective. Drew knows this. I only look at it from a money perspective. If it happens the way people are saying it's going to happen, I'll be able to go live for that shit show and make a lot of money that day. It's not going to be. It's obviously not going to be for a belt. You know, it's not going to.
Oh, shit's gonna be boring.
Of course, it's going to be boring, but it'll be a boring day for me to make money. You know, yeah, it's
And
going
is
to be.
that
fair.
an MVP promotion? Is it an MVP promotions?
I don't know, but I get the impression, you know, that it could be a Pacquiao promotion because I don't know yet, Drew. I don't know yet, Drew, but it could be a Pacquiao promotion because he's starting to gain traction with his promotional outfit. Manny, he's starting to gain traction with his promotional outfit. Like they're doing a show. They got a show coming up, and they got fighters. They won the purse bid for Angelo Leo versus Reese Salim. Reese Salim is a Pacquiao fighter, and he won the purse bid for that shit. So
Yeah,
you
but
know,
I guess it's Netflix.
I didn't hear none of
Dana
that,
and
bro.
Nick
You
Okay, I
turned
thought it
into
was
doing
just
shit
me.
with Netflix.
you turned into
So
you
I'm
turned
wondering
into
who
a
the point man is with Netflix.
Is it possible that it could be MVP? Yes. It is. You know why it's possible? Who's promoting Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano? MVP.
MVP. And that's what I
They're the
said, because
ones
I don't think
promote.
Sean Gibbons don't know how to negotiate with Netflix. He's way out of his league there.
Yeah, like that dude is a crackerjack dude, bro. That dude is that's a $2 motherfucker if I ever seen a $2 motherfucker. But you know, I just look at it from a money perspective. I have no interest in the fight. I have no stake in the fight. I don't care, right? I don't care about Floyd or Manny, bro. You old motherfuckers need to go somewhere. That's where I'm at when it comes to them. You old motherfucker. But you know, he need that shit, man. Like
Nah, that
if the
shit's
story.
corny, way. Because what are you doing on Mexican Independence Day? What, he's trying to compete with Canelo, get your feelings hurt?
Yeah, but the weird thing is that
That fight will do
Turkey,
more than
Turkey,
Canelo. What are you talking about?
You think so? You
no,
really
no,
think
it's
so?
not that. It's not even that. It's one. I mean, like we'll
Well,
see.
being free on
Well,
Netflix, of course. You know.
yeah, but Turkey is the one behind Mexico versus the world. That's one. Turkey is the one behind that, and I was of the opinion that Turkey's going to bring that to Netflix. So will it? Will it? I don't know. If Canelo is fighting on Netflix, if he's fighting Mexico versus the world on Netflix, brought to you by Turkey LLC.
Oh yeah, that shit's not gonna outsell Canelo, bro.
I don't know exactly. I don't know that.
But not
Yo,
outsell, but
motherfuckers don't.
outperform.
I say, yo, motherfuckers really don't like Floyd like that. Like this shit. That shit has been this mirage and this illusion that motherfuckers really fuck with Floyd. Like, nah, a lot of motherfuckers actually don't fuck with Floyd. And while a lot of motherfuckers had love for Manny, I don't know that the Philippines is playing with their pussy over him like they used to. Yeah, yo, you know, bitches you pop their pussy over that motherfucker. Like, but I don't know
No,
if they
no,
doing
no.
that
They are.
now.
They are. They are.
They
You could
are.
tell a Filipino that never watched boxing,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
I
that's like
mentioned
their
Manny
superhero,
Pacquiao.
dog.
That motherfucker knows everything, bro. They know his promoter. They know he's fighting still, bro. Like they know the guy he fought.
Yo, then why his pay-per-views is not selling, Ray?
I don't
I'm
know, bro.
saying it because that was my gauge
They found out
for.
how to steal him too.
Yeah,
His
but they
pay-per-views
fuck with.
didn't sell like this. Pay-per-views really even sell like that when he was like at his
Not
prime, though.
he used to do respectable numbers, like respectable numbers. But I remember Pacquiao versus Ugas only did 2 and change. It only did 2 and change, and he used to do better numbers than that. Like he did
But
way better
like,
numbers with the Bradley fights. Like he did good numbers.
Yeah,
Not
but I
like
can't believe no
weren't
pay-per-view
those like
numbers after the
300 though?
Floyd
Like three
stuff.
and four at best, or did it even want to do them do
If the
four?
network didn't put out the numbers like DAZN did for Canelo Triple G, I don't believe no numbers no more. None of them.
well, you can't. I mean, you can't believe anything out of Showtime generally.
That is
You can't
true. It
believe
is
anything.
PBC, so that's probably inflation.
You can't believe anything out of Showtime. Like whatever they put out, odds are it was talked up and fudged. Like if the rumor is, oh, it did 225, then I know, oh no, then it didn't do 200,000. It likely did
Yeah.
150 to 175, and you guys just added another 25,000. Like that's a small number, by the way. You guys are adding 25, 50,000 buys to this shit. Like that's why I know most of Javante Davis's pay-per-views, that were said to have done in the neighborhood of 225, 250. No, they didn't. Most of his pay-per-views did under 200. Most of them. And the only one that really was a blip on the radar, it was two. It was the Rolly Romero one and the Ryan one. The rest of them shits, triple manhole. They went double doorknob, and that's where it's at. The Zuffa belt is pretty fucking ugly. I always
That's just
thought the
fucking
UFC.
garbage, bro.
I always thought the UFC belt. I'm not gonna lie, that the UFC belt. I always thought that shit was ugly. I always thought.
Nah,
Nah,
the
the original one I
Octagon one,
fucked
the
with.
new one is
The
ass, bro. That's just
the
garbage. The
first
old one
one,
was kind of
that
cool.
shit
So
was hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Oscars clapback is all about Dana White. Lame.
Of course.
Yeah,
Word.
but the shit is Oscar at this point is the wino outside of the 7-Eleven having a shouting match. Like, you could make a clapback, you could talk shit, but it doesn't change that he's doing better than you are. It's just a fact. He's doing way better than you are, bro. He's stable. You're not. His UFC is stable. Your Golden Boy is not stable. His Zuffa is stable. Your Golden Boy is not stable. Fighters want to leave you. You could sit there and run your mouth, but really, like you at this point, you just a junkie on the corner having an argument with yourself. Dana don't even gotta say nothing to you. You lucky Dana even acknowledged you, bro.
Mm,
Because
Yeah,
you
because that
fucked up in
latest
the game either
response,
way.
I could just tell it's a bunch of legalese. They're like, well, no, we didn't get terminated by DAZN. It ended. So it's like, okay, whatever, bro.
Then why didn't they renew, Oscar? If it just
Yeah.
ended, they just renewed with Eddie, didn't they, Oscar? Why they didn't just renew? If your shit ran out, your contract ran out in December. We're in February. You see what I mean? Unbeknownst to most, Matchroom's contract has not ended yet. It actually ends over the summer, but DAZN likes them so much they ironed it out ahead of time. The contract is not even done yet. Whereas with you, Oscar, fam, your contract with DAZN ended in December and you still haven't renewed. What's the problem? What is the problem, Oscar? And I don't know if they're going to, Drew. I think it's encouraging for Golden Boy that the March show actually got picked up. That tells me that they're willing to do business, perhaps under different circumstances for a lower licensing fee. Because if you lose Ryan and you lose Virgil, we don't really have to kick out a lot of money to you, bro.
And
You don't
they
have.
know, Jules, they know both of those guys want to leave.
Yeah. So I mean, if you lose them, and you might, because once again, you don't have a deal right now. That's Virgil's whole case. Is these guys don't have a deal right now. My contract says they have to have a deal, otherwise I'm out of here. Well, they don't got a deal right now. So yeah, you could go. You get up out of there. But they picked up the March show, which I think is encouraging for them because they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to pick up, bro. Nobody is scratching their nuts over the latest Arnold Barboza fight, bro. And no one anywhere on earth. The most Mexicans in the history of Mexico and being in Mexico do not care about Arnold Barboza, bro. No one cares about Arnold. I care about Gabby. That's the only fight on there I give a fuck about is Gabby. I think Gabby's too good for Golden Boy. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Y'all motherfuckers, real talk, come up with a rap verse.
Fuck you. Bro, what the fuck is up with Lance? This nigga's talking about theoretically, how big of a dog does it need to be to survive a snowblower? What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about, bro? What the fuck?
Do you not read the chat?
I do. Oh, the
There you
chat. My
go.
bad.
There you
When
go.
you
Keep
said
up with
Lance,
me, baby.
I thought you were talking about Lance
That's
Pugmire for a
why I
second. I was
said.
about to
Oh
be like,
no,
wait a
no, no,
minute.
no, no.
I
Lance
was about to be
Pugmire.
like, damn. I was like, yo, is it
No, no,
basketball
no.
and boxing? Is it over?
Lance Pugmire. That's a really familiar name. Who's that?
It's just a pundit for boxing. Like, it's a guy I've
Oh,
like
okay, he's
heard
just
about on
another
like Twitter and
journalist
stuff.
type shit.
Yeah. But
I was
man,
niggas
like,
talking about putting a dog in a snowblower. Like, what the fuck? I'd say a medium dog, Lance.
who is on that card, by the way, for Barboza? I feel like I've read it once, but I do not remember the rest of the guys on it.
Barboza, who?
It's a Barboza fight for Golden Boy. I
Turner?
actually am surprised they picked that shit.
Barboza versus who? Hold up. No, wait, that's fucking UFC, dumbass. Oh, versus Kenneth Sims.
Yeah, that's a horrible fight.
It's fucking horrible. What the shit?
What a fight to pick up. Damn.
Right? Jesus Christ. Let's see.
I mean, at that point, I mean, you can't say that Golden Boy doesn't want to work
Well, they're
with
gonna
him if
have
they're picking him
Gabriela
up fights like that.
Fondora and Oscar Collazo on there, but
That does save it. To be honest,
the
I do like
yeah,
watching Oscar Collazo fight.
a couple more title defenses on the card. It's not horrible, but that's not pay-per-view shit.
I wonder if they will. I do
March
wonder about
14th.
how like long they're gonna survive because
So
once
did
Ryan,
they end up getting renewed from the zone or not? No, like it's is
Golden
there
Boy.
no like news on that?
As of now, no. I think the most I heard is like Oscar said they're working on it or something, which I hope that's the case because them getting cut from the zone isn't a good thing. But at the same time, I kind of wonder like I know we talk all this shit about Golden Boy, and yes, if Ryan and Virgil were to leave, it would be over for them. But who exactly is the zone going to replace them with?
Yeah, exactly right. That's also my line of thinking is like, well, if you're gonna get rid of Golden Boy, how are you going to, how are you still going to sell us value for money? You know what I'm saying?
Top rank.
Top rank,
That's
unless you
shit.
have information that I don't know, Drew, which is very possible. They've never really looked like they wanted to join the zone, like at all.
No,
I
yeah,
know
top
that, but
rank.
they don't have
Yeah,
no choice. They're nowhere right now.
yeah, it's getting to that point where it's like shit or get off the pot.
Let's be honest, the zone doesn't care about its American subscribers, anyways.
Honestly,
That is
yeah,
what it looks like.
honestly, it's hard to argue against that, right?
Yeah, but I'm like, damn, like I feel like it's almost egregious. And if you don't care about them that much, I feel like you would make more shit free. Like
Why would they make more stuff
I
free when they've been
maybe not
spending
free,
so
like
much? They spent so much on licensing these different American sports to. The zone's great if you're in Europe.
yes, I would assume.
yeah,
So
like if
anyway.
you're in Europe, that's real value for money. Like we're
I
the ones
mean,
getting fucked.
well, that's not true to necessarily because I think like even the way they view pay-per-views, they don't like how that shit's charged either. At least from what I've heard. But
No,
Yeah,
I
but
mean
I
what
mean,
they
yeah, but
have,
like they're still
but you
charged
get
like
everything
half
over
what we
there.
get charged.
yeah,
You get some UFC stuff. You get all the other sports.
they have UFC is showed on the Zone instead of like other platforms.
You said what?
Yeah, they
I
get
said
some of the
UFC.
UFC stuff. They get the NBA, NFL, MLB.
I didn't
So
know
it's
that was
better.
shown on the Zone though. I knew the other stuff was shown on the Zone, but I thought UFC was shown. Do they not have Paramount or anything
Well, it
like that
was
over in the
before.
UK?
It was before till then, but I don't know where Paramount. Paramount's then. I don't know if it's strictly a American dominated one, but I do know before UFC had and DAZN were doing stuff.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
just in general, like getting all the there's Americans have no use for DAZN because all the other American sports for what?
They're on
Yeah,
terrestrial
on other
television and shit.
platforms. That is true. Damn.
Damn, the
Then
zone's kind of fucked a little bit too, huh?
not really. It's like fine.
Oh,
Like
for
they're doing
America,
great.
well, like American market.
Yeah, but that's
I mean,
like
but I
just
said that
one
shit
market.
yesterday though. Like this is really just a battle for the American market.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about it too. It's like
Yeah.
I've seen so many people say like UFC is so big. I'm not hating on it, by the way. Not saying that it's not big, but
It's not big.
I remember I've been hearing the markets. I'm like, okay, so you dominate the American market, which is a very good market, and
Yeah.
dominate for the most part, and you dominate after that Brazil and maybe Australia.
That's not can I tell you
Yeah,
something?
like-
you could say the European market.
No,
You don't
fuck
think so?
No, I
No, they
cannot say that.
don't. No, K1, Rico Verhoeven. I'm telling you, like they got their own kickboxing scene up there, bro. Rico is
The UK?
the prince. I
Yes.
think undefeated is
The U,
but
the UK.
oh, I thought you asked, are you gay?
No, the UK. I was gonna say the UK. The UK has their own like whole scene for like kickboxing and shit.
I really thought you
Sorry,
said,
Drew.
you gay? I was like, no, I think undefeated is.
UK,
No, but
dumbass.
they have their own. because they have like they had a whole thing of kickboxers like out of Holland and Denmark. They got like their own thing up, and it's it's not as big as UFC in general. Like it's not as big as that is, but it is regional. People do watch it. It is sort of respectable up there. And I've always thought that the UFC is not as big as people make it out to be. That's why it was always ridiculous to me when people said that they were dominating combat sports. Brody, it's really just Americans watching you. And I'm going to say the uncomfortable part out loud. But it's not from a prejudice. It's literally what I believe, and it's what it seems like. Well, white guys don't dominate boxing anymore, right? They don't dominate boxing. Like it's a lot more diverse now. You got black guys, you got Mexican guys, you got Russian guys, you got all kinds of guys. Because white guys don't dominate boxing as a combat sport, what UFC gave that demo was a sport where they could see someone that looks like them doing fairly well. That's what it gave them. And that I do believe that was a part of its success. When you got Chuck Liddell looks like every West Virginian wrapped in a burrito. Like if you put them all together, you get Chuck Liddell, Oh,
That's fucked up.
Fucking guy. This fucking guy.
but yeah, and once again, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. This is free market capitalism. Get it how you gotta get it, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But I do feel that a part of the UFC's success was it brought the white man back into combat sports, the white wallets. I did believe
It brought the
I do
white
believe-
wallets. It brought corporate sponsors. Where I do think they
Yeah.
beat everybody is they're the best live combat sports show, traveling circus, where the gay consistent revenue of just people want to go
Yeah.
to see a UFC show. It'll sell out in every country it does go to. But
No,
the
yeah, yeah,
actual
I won't
growth of the
deny them
product,
that. I
that's
won't
it.
den-
That's
like,
yeah.
I would love to go to I want to lick the space in between Nina Drama's breasts. Like I would go just for that.
Yeah.
Like so, I would go just
But
for that.
it's gone from the height of Jules when it was Rampage Jackson, Dan Henderson, and all those dudes when there was legit stars that you could put Hendo on a pay-per-view and he'll sell 400,000 pay-per-views.
Yeah,
You had
but
GSP.
I just
they're
don't
they're
think
gone
that,
from that now.
I don't think that they have that now because, like, look, I don't think casuals know who the fuck Sean O'Malley is. Call me crazy, but I don't think that it's where it was. Like, I really believe with Ronda and Conor, it peaked. And they're doing well. So it's not like you could say they're doing bad. I would never say they're doing bad. You could judge them based on how fast Paramount picked them up. It didn't take them long to find a broadcaster because it's a solvable business. Like, yeah, they make money over there. They get dollars, but it ain't where it was. And I don't think it's growing. Like, I don't even know what I asked Real Talk the other day. Who is the star of the UFC? Who is the biggest name at USC?
Yeah,
at
it's
UFC?
Alex.
And it's Alex
And
Pereira.
he said this. Alex, and
Pereira,
that,
yeah.
what's that? A 37-year-old Brazilian? Come on.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking Brazilian. You know I hate. Well, you know how I
Hey.
hate more than Puerto Rican fighters. Brazilians.
Dominicans? Oh wait.
Brazilians
Brazilian
cry
fighters.
after every time a Brazilian
Lit.
every time a Brazilian MMA fighter loses, they got a fucking excuse. Every fucking time.
That's fair. Well, no. Well, to be
Yeah.
fair,
You know?
Alex's excuse was he was sick, and he kind of proved it whenever he knocked.
It
him
don't
out
matter.
in
He
the
got an
round.
excuse. When Jose Aldo
It
got
does, I
knocked
mean,
out by
it
Conor,
does matter whenever he proves it right in the second fight.
he
and
was
takes
still
him out
it's
in
still
one
an
round.
excuse. Just take it. It's an excuse.
Okay, and
Well, listen.
it wasn't an excuse, but okay, Mama.
I'm gonna have UPS on my Paramount. I mean, UCLA
That's
on
insane.
my Paramount Plus.
You can't even
UPN.
get UCLA on your Paramount
UPN.
Right? I'm gonna have it. So I've been wrestling with this. That should I go live for UFC shows? I mean, if they're not gonna be pay-per-views and it's not gonna cost me anything extra, would it be a bad idea to start watching some UPS?
Make your
Like,
fucking money, Capricorn.
no, I'm saying that I really thought about it, Drew. That I'm like, I don't really watch that shit. And the way they fight, I don't want to watch all these Abraham Lincoln looking dudes trying to go for a takedown. Like, but money is money, bro. And if it's just me sitting here watching that shit, right? Like, hey, fuck it. I might do that, Drew. I might start going
You
live.
should
for
make
UPS,
some money. That at least go live for the White House card.
Yeah, it's money on the
I'm
table, bro. I don't see why not.
And I
That
like,
White House
I
card's gonna do
decided-
fucking numbers.
I decided that for the Rondo and Carano fight, like, yeah, I'm going live. I've wanted to lick Gina Carano's ass for like 20 years, bro. I'm definitely going live for that. I don't know who's gonna win, and I don't care.
Oh yeah, the
Some
fucking advertisers are gonna fucking make a killing for.
bro, that might eclipse the White House card. That might eclipse it. Just Rhonda is more known than anybody fighting on that White House card is the thing that I see. That Rhonda is more known. She's got more star power than Alex Petroglyph. More people know Rondo than they know him. So yeah, they might eclipse that shit, bro. I'm going live for that shit. Why not?
I think if they do it on CBS, I think the White House card does like 10, 15 million rating.
I can see
And I
that.
think I could see that. And the Rondo card, I would put it in the neighborhood of 20 to 30. The Rondo card. Rondo's big. Rondo is still big time, bro. Big Rondo.
What, like
And I like
million
Rondo.
views?
If
Oh yeah,
MVP, if
Type
MVP
shit.
can get me fucking Fedor versus Brock as a co-main, oh fuck
Oh,
yeah,
bro, I would come.
I would jerk
Is that
off.
actually an MMA card or is it like?
I mean,
It's an
Fedor's
MMA
not
card.
too. Fedor's not
Oh,
too
okay.
old to be fighting motherfuckers. He's Russian, bro. Like them motherfuckers, they gonna fight regard. Motherfucker be 50
Bro, them
out here
niggas
still fighting
age like
motherfuckers.
nothing.
Fedor
I don't know.
versus
He's like
Brock. Oh
1,000
my
these
god, I
days,
always
bro.
wanted that fight. That's why
I think it's
Brock.
all the cold. It slows down their aging.
Yeah, but it makes their dick smaller. Is that what I heard?
Doesn't Brock
Yeah,
still have like
Spain.
the stomach problem or some shit like that?
Who cares? I don't give a fuck if he's
You talking about Brock
unhealthy. I just want to see
Lesnar?
the fight.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about his irritable bowel syndrome, bro.
Bro, they just
Get into that
you
shit,
know
man.
what? They need to put if John wants to be on the white card so badly, cool. Fight Fedor on that shit.
Did you see what
Yeah,
Peanut
what's
Ricky tweeted?
I'm good, bro.
I
I'm
saw
gonna be
that
honest,
bullshit.
bro.
I wanted to ask about John. I want to ask about John. Like, is John retired or not, bro? Like, what is going on?
He's
Yes,
retired?
retired if
he's
Tom
officially
Aspinall or
retired.
Ngannou isn't involved with it, bro. If they're not involved, he's active. But since they are, he's retired, bro.
It's
I
he
didn't-
is officially retired in that he gave up his belt and he said he's retired, but he put himself back in the testing pool and he's begging for a fight, but Dana's just on some like, yeah, no, I can't put you in a position to where you get to tell me what you want to do anymore. Like fuck you.
So is he gonna fight on the White House card? Is
I
the feeling?
No.
I don't think so, bro. Because like Dana's already straight up said like, no, I can't trust him. I can't put him in that position to, like he's straight up said that like I can't put him in a position to where he can screw us over again.
Yeah,
Man,
And he hasn't moved from that stance.
it's when John started fucking with Schaefer, John started moving like a boxer. And
Wait,
you know how
John
you
is
said,
managed
Jules,
by
he
John
was
is
for a
managed by
minute.
Schaefer.
He was advised for
Wow.
Schaefer for a while. And you said, Jules,
Wow.
once boxers got all this autonomy, Dana doesn't like his fighters to have autonomy like boxers because it fucks it up.
Bro, the thing is that I don't think, honestly, I only think that should be reserved for fighters like Canelo Alvarez. If your marquee value generates a certain amount, then you absolutely should have a say-so. But if you're just another fucker on payroll waiting for somebody to finance your retirement fund, yeah, you shouldn't have no say-so because it's not
But
your
to be
money.
fair though, I wouldn't even put like I wouldn't even say that John Jones is the Canelo of UFC. Like I don't think he's even in that position to be dictating terms like that.
Exactly.
I
And
don't-
Dana's like, I can't
just
start
don't
this.
think-
You're not Connor.
I view the fighters, and obviously the fighters are not going to like the sound of people saying something like this, but reality is your entry-level employees that are replaceable. What the job you don't want to do, somebody else will come right along and do it. You're not expendable. None of you are. The only ones that are expendable, that are invaluable, I should say, are the Anthony Joshua, the Canelo Alvarez, to a lesser extent, the Tyson Fury, the Usyk. These are guys like, yeah, they got something to say, you listen to it. But the rest of you guys, the Stevensons, the Lopezes, you get the fuck out of here,
Get the fuck
bro.
out of here.
You're on payroll. You only get what somebody's willing to give you, not what you generate. You only get what somebody's willing to give you. So Shakur, when you make 10, that's only because Turkey decided to give you that. Without him, you don't get that. Devin, same shit. Lopez, same shit. The rest of y'all motherfuckers, same shit. You're only getting what you're getting because somebody decided to give it to you. That means you're on payroll.
Like even
You're
using
show
even
us-
more
show-
extreme,
you
using
gotta-
even
you
more
gotta
extreme
show us-
example though. Using
you gotta show us
even more
Choker
extreme
Devin
example.
now.
1 second, Drew. I got you. Wait. Using more extreme example. Not even Crawford had the same power to dictate those terms because when he asked for 100 million, he was told, no, you're not going to get 100 for Yanni Beck. You're going to get 50. And so it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, like you got to recognize, like even someone who's considered the greatest fighter in the world. Even he's not on that level to be saying like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't
Yeah,
want to do that.
because
Well,
the
hey, you don't
business.
make the money to be telling us that,
Oh,
bro.
you can't have the guys that are working in the factory on the assembly line dictating to you how long their break is, and that's the equivalent of what goes on in boxing. You got
Yeah,
a
because
lot
then we
of
wouldn't
guys.
work.
Basically, and of course, if you ask the fighters, they're going to want more money and more autonomy and longer breaks, and they want to have sex in the break. Of course, if you ask them, and of course, if you let them. But how are you supposed to run a soluble business letting them dictate what goes on? It's not your money keeping the company afloat. It's not your money that makes an event happen. And you'll say, oh, but it's my blood, my sweat, Brody, it could just as easily be somebody else's. That's the point. It doesn't have to be you. If you go away right now, what you think? Boxing gonna stop? People gonna stop watching boxing, and boxing is no, it's gonna keep going because you're not indispensable. So unless you're Canelo, unless you're Anthony, unless you're Fury, unless you're Usyk, yeah, you shouldn't even have a say so. You shouldn't. Fighters are way too overpaid. Shout out to HC. John Jones is in the closet for sure. I thought he fucked bitches.
No, he's not in the
Nah, I know
closet,
what
bro.
you're talking
We all
about.
know he's gay.
Yeah, like that Thailand shit looked crazy, bro.
Well, he's
Like
out there with the lady
Jules.
boys.
Let me just ask you this, bro. As a grown man, not even just as a straight man, as a grown man, would you be wrestling with other men in a pool?
Oh, that's
No.
not even what I was talking about. I was
That's
talking about
just
the shit where
gay.
he was on the motorcycle and he was feeling the
Oh,
dude's hair.
sniffing the dude's hair, gay.
Yeah, that shit looked crazy, bro. I was like, what the fuck?
I don't see. I'm gonna say this. I don't think John is gay, but John has
What?
reached. I don't think John is gay. What I'm gonna say is I think John has reached the point in his male dominance that he feels so dominant
Nope.
We done,
that
bro.
he could.
Move on. Move on. I'm not letting you sell this.
No.
I'm not
No,
letting you sell this.
and logically, intellectually, I know what Jules is saying.
You know what? It's you heard
No,
about the
I
gold.
hear you. No, yeah, we
I'm
understand
not
what
saying
point
He's
you're
it's
so
trying to
okay,
make.
John
Ray.
is so secure in his manhood.
Ray, I'm not Ray, I'm not condoning it, but you know that the male goats sometimes fuck the male goats for dominance. They do that shit. They fuck
Yo, what the fuck am I
Jesus
on
Christ.
God,
bro?
they do that shit. I'm dead ass. And that's what I think is
So
going
what you're
on with him.
saying is John is out here fucking a bunch of men to show how much he's not gay?
Yes.
Shut the
so
fuck
not
up, bro. How do
gay.
you kick the host off?
He's so not gay. He's not fucking them because he want to fuck them so much as he's dominant enough
Jesus
to
Christ.
fuck them. I'm telling, that's what he got going on. Cause he fuck bitches, don't he? He fuck bitches. He got a bitch.
Now, like, yeah,
that
no,
he
John's
slapped
not
shit
gay.
out of
Here's
her.
the thing. Here's the thing. John is not gay. Tyson Fury is gay.
No, Tyson Fury has penis envy. That's not the same as
Yeah,
being gay.
there you go.
Because he sits around thinking about Anthony Schlong doesn't
It's
mean
Corey.
he wants it in. It doesn't mean he wants it in his ass. John is closer to the gay. He is closer to it, but it's coming from a different place. See, if he
Closer
was
to
just,
the gay.
he's closer to it. Like
Hey,
it's
bro,
next door.
riding bitch
So
on a
is
He
motorcycle
said that
stealing a
shit like
dude's
it's an
hair
entity.
so
is not
is
dominant.
is
Because-
nipple pierce
no,
is
Ray,
nipple
Ray,
pierce
you-
Devin gay?
Ray, you could say that he was riding bitch, but who gonna tell him? Who gonna tell him?
Right.
See, we'll talk that shit right here in this chat, but who gonna you gonna ride bitch, John, and then what's gonna happen? Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to him.
To be
That's
fair though,
where
bro,
that
like
comes from.
I'm logical enough to understand there's two outcomes to that, and they're both a win for me. Either A,
I don't know about that.
hold on, hear me out. Either A, you find it funny and we laugh together, or B, you whoop my ass and I get a check. Either way, I'm gonna win, bro. Like
The
I'm not
ass
gonna
whooping
fucking.
might be the minimum of what's happening to you.
That's
But I will
okay,
not
bro.
say
I'm
the
still
rest
gonna get
of
a
what's
check on
happening
that
to you.
shit.
All I'm saying is what's going on with John psychologically is some Oz shit. It's some Oz shit that you in the Bing, so you gonna do that. But if John get out of the Bing, right, he gonna fuck these bitches. Now, granted that he's not in the Bing and still being pretty fucking gay, but that's because of his mental that I'm the most dominant motherfucker in the world. Ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. Now, why specifically that translates into you fucking guys, because he probably is fucking guys low key. It's not his orientation, it's his dominance. It's the goat shit. Like I said, male goats, it's the weirdest fucking
So
thing.
you're just calling him a pitcher, bro. That's all you're calling him.
I'm not buying this, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is insane.
I don't think he'd be running around fucking guys.
Yeah, we're not
if
saying
not-
we're not saying he's getting caught out here. You know, we're not saying he's catching out here, but he's out here pitching. We know it.
He's pitching, yeah. Like he's the alpha goat. He's the goat that fucks the other goat to show that goat that he's the man. He's that,
Nah, bro. What the fuck?
yeah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What the fuck is this conversation?
Daniel Cormier, like, you know, he fucked him.
You see, and this is why we will never talk about MMA again, bro. Immediately, and that was gay shit. There's only gay
dude,
shit, bro.
And the only other goat that could have fucked John back was fucking Cain Velasquez. He got locked up and hurt. Fuck.
Yeah, but ain't they gonna let him out? They
Oh,
said
he's
they gonna
already
let
out.
He got
him
out. He got out. He got out the other day.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
shout out to Cain Velasquez, bro. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude's
You know
a
what I'm
fucking
saying?
national hero.
So then who's the prospect at UFC that is like the up and comer? Because there's always one, right? A guy who shows the potential to carry the banner. You know, like we
Diego
said,
Lopez.
Diego
honestly,
No,
but Diego,
absolutely
Jules,
not.
Jules,
No
be
way.
honest, Jules,
No way, bro.
Jules, there's nobody because none of them have aura. Even Nate Diaz had aura with his undefeated, with his fucking double-digit
you
losses.
saying you don't see no marquee value in none of the guys that are coming through. Is what you're saying.
Not to carry the
really.
banner the way you're asking.
What about
Here's what I'll
Chihuahua?
say. Here's what I'll say.
Wait. So who's the Ray? The Emiliano Vargas, the Xander Zayas. Who is
That
the
guy
equivalent?
doesn't exist.
Wow.
He's not there right now.
Like straight up, like I'll be saying this right. If there is a guy that's like kind of got like some, I don't know, swagger that I could see, that guy's not good at fighting.
Wow.
That's fair.
I mean,
Like there's a British kid they had, right? And literally people are watching, they're like, yo, this motherfucker is ass, and they're literally trying to push him. Like, and the thing is too, in MMA, or at least I'll say UFC specifically, they catch the bullshit product way faster than people in boxing. Like
Yeah,
they
on the
snap it
cool.
up
Yeah.
fast.
And it's more consensus.
Like
Wow.
Patty,
like you said, you
motherfuckers know
mentioned-
immediately. Fraud.
But you
Patty-
mentioned,
Yeah, on the
Donovan.
cool, like with
you
Patty, they
mentioned,
were
you
all
mentioned
trying to push
Xander,
him too.
Jules. We know Xander could fight. We don't know what Emiliano is yet. He got the look. We don't know yet.
Yeah, but Emiliano is a kid. Like at minimum, I see that you could get Emiliano a belt. You could get him a belt. I could see that. Like, yeah, if Floyd Schofield is in line for a belt, I could see Emiliano getting a belt. The question is, are you at least good enough to unify it? Are you that good?
Well,
Because yeah,
no.
that's a different. And I'm not gonna say no. I don't know. Is my
We don't know.
I don't know.
But what do we know in boxing? If you gave Emiliano the Wilder diet after you got a belt, he'd
Yeah,
fucking be a
Bro,
fucking star.
He'd be
Yeah.
fucking Finito Lopez, bro. He'd be Finito Lopez out here.
And you know how many bitches would if they do the Golden Boy route with Emiliano, he'll have the bitches, he'll have the fucking Banda album, but we don't know if he's the fighter.
But also for that, it's required for Top Rank to land on their feet. Also for that, like and they still haven't. Let me see who the fuck is texting me. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to cut this one short, fellas. We will do the late night boxing talks
He's
later
about
on.
to
I
go
got some.
fucking have sex.
No,
Yeah.
I got some errands
Why'd
to
I
run.
have that same thought though?
Oh my god.
He about to go get
motherfucker.
fucked. Later, y'all.
John Jones called.